You know, we had reached an agreement with the ANC now, even before coalition, to expropriate land without compensation. Put that motion in Parliament as the EFF. The motion got passed. We went all over South Africa. Majority of South Africans who made submissions, who came to public participation, said, expropriate this land without compensation. The ANC, on the eve of amending that constitution, developed a cold feet, because it was coming from a conference that said, expropriate the land, nationalize the Reserve Bank, create the state-owned bank. So those are the EFF conditions of expropriation of land without compensation, of industrialization and beneficiation, of fighting corruption and making education free. There's a new condition that we have put there. Every learner in South Africa is going to do mathematics and not miss literacy. Why? Give our children everything else the Boer said we must not get. So Fairwood said, why do you give an African child mathematics? Because they won't use it anyway. He was right, because mathematics meant high jobs, and high jobs were reserved for whites. So you're going to learn mathematics, then what? So we ought to teach our children mathematics so that they've got the capacity to think. Mathematics helps them to expand their brain. And we don't care whether they pass it or not. Of course, we care that they pass it, but even if you don't pass, at least you did mathematics. There's no dumb cop that has done mathematics. Mathematics are for thinkers. And that's why we want our children to be thinkers. That was denied by Fairwood. ANC, instead of giving us RDP houses in 1994 and giving us food parcels and giving us all free this, they should have given us free education. 30 years now, there will not be a family that needs an RDP house. We would have built our own houses, much more beautiful houses, because we'll be educated with good positions and able to pay.
We are going to run this government by the way we are running EFF. When you come to EFF events or offices or whatever project the EFF executes, you will not find any more running around, sweating, not knowing what they are doing. This is a word from the leader of economic freedom fighters, JULIUS Malema. And I said, on making the better future of South Africa, he already negotiated with ruling party, ANC, African National Congress, for the issue of land.
We're going to run this government, by the way we're running EFF. When you come to EFF events or offices or whatever project the EFF execute, you will not find anyone running around sweating, not knowing what they are doing. Everything is orderly. Everybody knows my job is to do this, from there I go home. We need leadership and decisive leadership.
Okay. Can I ask, Mr. President, about the coalition talks? Please educate me. Have you started discussing with other parties that you perhaps will marry up for the coalition government? Do you have a preference for a coalition government? What would your terms be for that negotiation and ultimately the government?
Post offices was one of the most useful institutions for us black people, especially the rural masses of our people. They received a lot of services from post office. Let us continue listening to the speech from economic freedom fighters leader JULIUS Malema.
Well, the post bank was one of the most alternative options that we could have utilized to establish a state bank. Post office was one of the most useful institutions for us black people, especially the rural masses of our people. They received a lot of services from post office. So when you say technology has advanced and therefore post office has become irrelevant, it's nonsense, because there are private companies now that are doing the job that post office could have done. But the corrupt, the leadership that lacks vision, the leadership that says, but making post office a bank now how is it going to give me money now? Because those are the people of eating now. They don't have time and the patience to wait. So you need a leadership that has got vision, that will protect the state-owned enterprises and make sure they are led by men and women with the necessary capacity. And where there is corruption, those people must go to jail, irrespective of who they are. So the problem with us is that for the past 30 years, I think we only jailed Tony Ngeni for discount. But with so much corruption, only one name can come up.
Are you going to put your own money?
Yes. That's where the salaries of the employees of the state are going to be paid from there. The monies of all the departments are going to be banked from there. And we are not going to use any of your money to build a state bank. We already have money in the African bank. The other day I said net bank, and someone was like, I realized, oh yeah, African bank, through the Reserve Bank, we have shares in African bank. So why can't we grow our shares in African bank and ultimately push everyone out and take African bank to be a state bank? Because already we're participating. It's not going to be the first time the state participates in the bank. Why is the state being pushed away? The state is being pushed away because private financial institutions are scared of competition. They thrive through colluding.
So effectively, you saying more state-owned companies participating in critical sectors of the economy. One would say, what happened to institutions like the post office, for instance? Isn't that one of state banks that could be operational?
Well, you need to professionalize the civil service. You need people like Mkwanazi, the Commissioner of Police in KZN, who knows that when I'm a policeman, I do police work. I'm not here to impress politicians, whether a politician likes it or not. So we need people who are professionals, who are going to say, this is my responsibility, I love the country, and everybody you employ, you must give them the constitution and the flag and tell them this is what you must be loyal to. Not this other shenanigans. They are here to live. Every 5 years there's going to be someone. The state will remain. Be loyal to the state.